Hello, this storyline is about a young boy who was 14 years old who got executed years ago. His name was George Stinney. He is 14 years old. He was accused of murdering 2 white girls and little white girls. And he was 14 at the time, and he was electrocuted. So I want to know exactly, did he murder these children? Not just be accused, but did he murder these children, universe? But back then, if he didn't murder the children, during that time period, they was going to make it be his fault anyway. They was going to blame a black person anyway, just those times. So, let's just see. I want to go upstairs because I want to get a little bit more information. So I'm just going to do the storyline, and I'm going to go up and get a little bit more information and say on the video. Okay? So far, this is the storyline of a little boy, because it was a little boy 14 years old who was executed at 14 years old. But then I heard that it was another little boy who was executed before him that I knew nothing about. So young black boys was being executed back then. So I'll have to look and see exactly what this time was, the 40s or 50s or whatever this was for George Stinney, if I'm saying it correctly. So let me go. I want to say his name right. I'm going to go get my other computer. Bear with me. So George Stinney was executed in 1944. He was 5'1", and he weighed 90 to 95 pounds. He lived in a small home with a chicken coop in his hometown of South Carolina. His father's name was George also, but his father couldn't really do anything to stop this. He was convicted and then executed, but executed and proceeding later vindicated as an unfair trial for the murderers. Okay, let's just see here what they're saying. Okay, you know all about it. So I just wanted to know if okay. He was born October 2029, but he was murdered 1944. So let's just see. It was 2 young girls, Betty June Benecker, 11, and Mary Emma Thames, 8, was murdered. Okay, so yeah. I just want to let me see. Okay, I really didn't. So let me just try to show you this little boy at least. Let's just see if you can see this little boy. So I'm going to let you see this little boy. He deserved to be seen. His life was taken away. Can you see this little boy? You see him? Okay. So we have, I'm going to do a storyline reading because I want to know if actually he actually did this or not. Not that he was accused, but did he actually do it? Okay? So I'm asking God to give a reading to let me know if George was guilty. Not what the courts say, but was he? okay? Because that was a racially charged time, so any black person would have did for them. Any black person would have been guilty for them because they was all racist, okay? So let's just see. Let's take this first card. Okay. He was being hugged on base conditions. So I'm going to go off of he is being hugged on base conditions. Maybe these children was being friends with him once in a while or something like that, maybe. Let's just see. I got to see. Let's just see something. Okay, so he was saddled down at the fortress, and that's true, at the jail, okay? Or in that electric chair, okay? Next one is, they wanted him to reveal that he was wrong if they felt like he murdered these little girls, but they had to reveal they was wrong if they found out that it wasn't true. Okay, he had to wean himself from a social skill or the executioners, okay? The executioners was gonna work it for success when George was saying, torture me not. Or it would be him. Okay, information was going to be given to motivate George or the executioners. Okay, and they was going to move fast on what was calling them forward, and they was going to get ready to take charge of George's life. Get what I said? Okay, so we have the next one. Okay, we got an office. It was going to be an office visit, and it was going to be sweet. So I'm going to put the office with the court or with the execution, that room the execution was in. Okay, people chuckled about it because during times that it seemed to be a lot of people like to look at things as it is a show when it comes down to black people putting them on stage like they are something to be looked at, like for fun, for jokes or whatever. Get what I'm saying? Because it was chuckling. So he had 2 chances to be a star. So he was made a star right here as far as being executed because he went down in history because he's on his computer. So I saw that it was another little boy was executed whenever before this one. So he's the second one that was made a star. Get what I'm saying? Because being executed and put on the computer, put in the history books, that makes you a star in a worse way. Okay? It was somebody was competing with him, fussing. So if he was fussing with those little girls some kind of way, I just don't know, right? Let's just see. Or we had a cops that was fussing at him, trying to make him say that he did it. Anything like that. Okay, he was astonished that she did it. So he was astonished, George was astonished that a female did it, a girl did it, or anything like that. Right? So let's take the next one. He was a wander. He wanted sensitivity. Now let's go this way. Okay, let's just see. Moment. Stop. Okay, anything in here? Let's just see. Anything in here? We gotta get some from here. Bear with me. Did you actually do it, George, or was you just put in a position where you was just made to be the culprit? It was racially charged time, so they would blame any black person before a white person, and because that's just how it was. Okay, that's just the facts. That is the facts. Okay. Maybe you was on your way home. I don't know. Let's just see. Stop. Okay, right in here. Okay, let's just see. Okay, let's just see if I can get this done. I'm trying to see. Okay, he was achy and it buried. He wanted sensitivity. Okay, so we have right here that it was a blank look on his face, or on the people faces who had him in the office, in the place where they was working for success, because some information they got was going to motivate them to take charge and move fast on it. Take them to the office, chuckle about it, make him a star, put him in the history books. So what? They was tearing him down. Okay. Next one is they wanted to cultivate it and bring joy to him. Strike that. They wanted to bring joy to themselves, and they wanted to cultivate it, so they took their best shot to plant their fortune. Okay, and their fortune would be to murder him. He was saying things in slow motion. His eyes was watering. So we got the kitty cat mission. Somebody was sneaky and aimed for something and did something, whoever. So we have a mother, whoever she is. She could have been slim, brown hair, whoever she may be. So we have temperatures was rising with this mother, or the children's mother, or whoever this is. Your life is your own, don't force it on me. Somebody wanted him to yield for a second. So it was showtime, and life was like a movie. So he's trying his best to escape, or this mother, but he really wanted to express. So we can even so the sneaky card, somebody aimed for it and did something sneaky. So I'm wondering if they went to murder her child. His mother's child got murdered, and it was sneaky. They kind of just took charge, and she found out later what this is. Let me just see for a minute. Anyway, she knew all about it. Or is this the children's mother or what? I don't know if they're sisters or what. Let me just see. Don't have to be. Let's just see. Anyway, she know all about it. I want to know if this little boy George committed this murder that they executed him for, or was he just the fall boy, not the fall guy, the fall boy. Anyway, you know all about it. Okay, so it was a leader that had negative talk, right, toward a mother or toward George. Okay, temporarily, this person during the temporary times, but somebody wanted to plant their fortune, and that would be anybody in charge, a mother, the courts, the judges, or whoever was in charge, because he was a child, so it wasn't him. Okay, so we have number 17. Somebody could have been 17, programming a bunch of rules, controlling, and people thinking they own the earth, own the world, own people, and it was racist times back then. So we have that cheating should be the last thing that somebody do at a hotel or some kind of place. So we might have somebody who was cheating in love or cheating in business or whatever this is. Let's see. Somebody was being already available and wanted to know if somebody was sure they was going to be available, because somebody was stepping out on their husband or with their wife. Do you love your wife? Somebody wanted to save some money. So somebody was distant or got distant because somebody was a score loser. Somebody was going to take it a joyous occasion because somebody felt that they was uniquers. Somebody who needs to filter his or her ways. So somebody needs to heal their childhood. So we got number 14. So we're going to say with George was 14, and these people stole his childhood. So it was tension brewing, and death was the last resort for George. Okay, but tension was brewing, and the end was for an actual man and a woman who was cheating some kind of way. Somebody was cheating on their wife or on their husband or woman, a pair of mother. Maybe if the kids got the same mother, I just don't know. Right here. Let's just see. Okay, somebody was controlling as far as money or just a bully in general. So these people decided to put George in the sewer, and that means murder him and take his life away. So we have, they wanted to pluck him because they felt like he was a turncoat, or we got a man who wanted to pluck a woman's children because he felt like she was a turncoat. So we had somebody who was cheating some kind of way at some place, some place with another person, cheating on their partner. So we have number 4 right there. So somebody was teasing, picking, talking down to, but the person was intellectual, and that could have been to George, or we dealing with a woman and a man. Thoughts were squirreling in the duplex. This would be for George. So we have a woman or a man needed to drop their ex, right, and answer their burden. So somebody was cheating. Okay, so somebody wanted to know a house number. Some house didn't want any ain'ts, a house number where I guess they could go cheat at or anything like that. It was a mirage in the mind of George. He had tension-filled times. Okay, so it was dormant behavior. He was holding on to for a keepsake for this person who was cheating on the partner. So it was limited light outside. Okay, it was some force that came. We got numbers 1373. Somebody feels like they wish they could be a fly on the wall. It would be freeing to find out something because somebody was raped. If not raped, stolen from. So let's just flow. So we have it wasn't a lot of jobs going on. Or somebody had some kind of infection. So somebody went to the hospital and said thank you. So we have a lady. Somebody thought a lady was pretty. So somebody thought they're so smart. Well done. Because somebody needed to manifest his or her desires, but wanted to still be friends with somebody who the person needed to leave in the past, an ex that the person was messing around with some kind of way on the side, right? Can we be friends? And the person said no. The person missed the person. 2 hearts that beat to find one another. Wanted to cheat some more. Anything like that with the person. A mother. One of these kids' mother. Okay, get up. Rape took somebody here sexually. So either the mother of one of these children, rape took her there sexually to be the kind of way she is, a floozy or whatever was going on with her. Well, rape took the man there for him to be a certain kind of way. I don't see any gay parts, so I'm going to focus on the female. Okay, so she needed to work on her problems, but not there or this man, whoever she is seeing on the side, because he exercised his right to complain, or George did some kind of way back then when this was happening to him, as far as these cops having him. So this lady had to rely on only herself to elevate herself, or the man she's cheating with on the side, or George. So this man, whoever he is, hooked to this lady, was in it for themselves. I'm in it for myself. And the person was going to travel to wherever this lady is. Unfortunately, he was dealing with a she-bear, a woman, a go-getter, a woman about business, a woman in charge, right? So whoever this is, he was worried about losing her or losing his job. Whoever the man is who was cheating with this female, one of these kids' mother, or both her mother, whoever this woman is, she's a mother. When you complain about your ex and when she is complaining about this person, she feeds this person a lot of power. So either he an Aries, he a fire sign, or he just was a leader in general. So we might have, let's see, but what about the children? And there's more about it. One more. Stop. Okay, let's see. Bear with me. Okay. Trying to end it. Whoa. University all about it. I'm trying to find out if this baby, he is a baby, a child. So we have right here some grown man. It feels like and looking like some kind of way that a grown man did whatever to these kids, because he is mad with a lady, one of the mothers of the children, unless they had the same, because he had a parent card. Parents shouldn't walk away. Maybe one of the children's, if not one of the children's father, that was going to drive where the mother was to cheat. It was some man on the side she was talking to, one of these mothers, or the same mother, whoever these kids is. I don't know if they sisters or what. Okay, let's just flow. Let's just see. Could be a Gemini, don't have to be a Gemini. Let's just flow. You with me? What time it is? Okay. 4:16. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah. There's some dirty, nasty times during that time period. Dirty and nasty times. Okay, we have right here that somebody wanted to fulfill their copyright. And I'm going to say right there what this card is, somebody wanted to go through with the execution. Because opportunity struck. Because these people blame George. So they wanted to go through with their execution. Because they felt justice well served. Bread is required. So some kind of way. If not that, we have like a man some kind of way was mad with one of the children's mother. Okay? And that means he was a leader. Some kind of way. That wanted her to hook on to him, or we got a person who was a leader and somebody else was trying to work for the person or something like that. Let's just see here. Somebody was fixated on her sexuality or on George's sexuality. Looked at him as easy and he was a lone wolf. Okay, let's see. They treated him like he is nothing. He is treated harshly. He is an independent living. He is overprotective as far as where he lived. So we have that he is filling a lecture. So the lecture will simply be a court or whatever. These people had him in a court or whatever. Okay. Right here, he wanted his parents. Parents shouldn't walk away. So he wanted his parents not to walk away and his parents to be there with him. But his parents couldn't do but so much because it was racist times during that time. So the other side of the card say, will I ever know who born me? Will I ever mean he is not sure he gonna live. He not sure is he gonna live or not. That's why I said, will I ever? Will I ever get to see my parents in my older age? Anything like that? Life journey. Was fighting for him not to be salary driven, or whoever this was who executed George, because whoever wanted to supersize was fixated on George's sexuality, that he a boy, and it was 2 little girls that was murdered. So we have that whoever this man is, he is trying to make money at work. Obvious that somebody knows something, because there's opinionized whether or not George was work-worthy. And that would be in this storyline, was he capable of killing these little girls? They was amazed that he was acting a little spicy, or he was amazed because he's tangled up with some G's, and that would be these cops or whoever these people was. Okay, so we had this man, whoever he is, he had a chick tucked away, and that would be that lady who he was seeing on the side, one of those mothers. Okay, it was doomstown for George, no joking around, because it was too much chocolate. So we had right here, George was black, get what I'm saying? So that's chocolate, right? Are you calling too much? So some kind of way somebody might have been calling the mothers or whoever, or the town people, whoever, calling for justice, whatever they were saying, rallying or whatever. Too much chocolate. So they didn't want to tolerate anything off of no more black people. It was too many of them or whatever. Okay, time was going by. Okay, this man was thinking about how soft this lady is that he was connected to. So right here, help me be here. So this top card is George didn't need these people to help him be him. And in this storyline, it simply means them trying to coerce him and make him say that he did what he didn't do. You're not going to make me say I did something I didn't do. So we have, they's taking him for a joke, saying like, me too. So if he said he didn't, yeah, me too. Okay, yeah, right. When people talk like that, he was going to go forward and get, and he is going to be on his path, where he would be on his path, because they murdered him. So they made him go on his path and go with God. And they felt, hats off to them, they was going down benefit alley, because by them murdering, they get money some kind of way. That's their job, they get paid. Okay, so we have right here, who did it? They looked at him as he the one who did it, but they needed to really find out who did it, because who did this was a man connected to one of these mothers. So if it was 2 mothers, one of these women was loose, and you know what that means, right? One of them cheating on her husband. You know what that means. And whoever she was cheating with had a problem with it. Follow me? Had a problem with her. Don't want to be dumped. Some ex of hers. You want to know who did it? Okay. They was being salty to George. Okay. He is being deceived of somebody of service, and that would be these cops. So we have right here, he had to live, his family had to live the best life by getting healed for recovery for a brighter future, because they were salty to the mothers, to George's parents probably, and mother, trying to tell them that he did it. It was markers that showed something, whatever it was, to see that George seen it now, the parents seen it now, or these people felt they seen something now. Okay, because they wanted to get sky high and express everything it was. So they wanted the execution to take place to please the town people. It was like a big show. Because stuff from back then, when I look at any kind of old things, it's like people enjoy having black people on stage and black people on exhibit, or black people doing some kind of show, like they something to be looked at. Okay, so we have activity. They didn't have phones at that time. Well, they had some kind of, maybe the whatever phones they had out at that time. So I'm going to say some kind of activity might have happened through the phone lines from one person to another. Okay. because somebody's eyes lied. Your eyes may lie. Get what it says about a connection. So somebody's eyes lied about a connection. In this storyline, somebody's eyes lied about a connection. Somebody's eyes lied and said George was connected to these children being murdered. But really the man who was connected to this lady who was married, one of these mothers, his eyes lied about a connection. Okay? And he see it now. Because he had backyard ways of thinking. Racist ways. Or not wanting to come up to par. His woman, this lady who was married, or what was going on with this lady, she didn't want him anymore, and he didn't like it. He wanted it back like it was, and he saw it now. Okay? So let's just see. The worst way to hurt somebody is you hurt their kids. Hurt their kids, hurt their mother, hurt their kids. So let me just see. I don't see any killing cards. I see plucking and things like that. Let me see. So we had this lady was in the middle of two men. But this going to be George right now. He was the brown rabbit in the middle. And he wanted to prevail, but he didn't. He's in the middle. So we had all the people outside rallying because they want justice to be served. You got the cops on the other hand. And you got George in the middle. Okay? He wanted to go home, but they wanted to do their job. Okay? Okay? Circumstances caused it to be a lawyer for George, but at that time he didn't even get a lawyer or have a lawyer. Okay? So we have with this person, this woman, some kind of way she welcomed a man, and one of these women, one of the mothers of these girls, because she laid down beside somebody who wanted to lay down beside her again. Evidently she's cheating with, right? But George needed to get away from the haters and snakes, because one of the people who the lady was cheating with was one of those cops. One of those people there, townspeople, somebody who was connected to that, getting him executed. He was devastated because these people, skin color is different, but all blood is red, was racist, and they need to see it in the world of their mind. He was calming his pain while walking a thin line, dealing with this situation. So we had these people move fast on it and committed manslaughter against George. So we have right here that for these people, whoever this man is, it was time for him to invest to gain. It was nice to want to help at home, but in some cases it won't work. So with George, if I turn this to George, if he is 14, he might could have got some kind of job outside of his home if he is 14. Because they had summer jobs right now today for kids that's 14. So if he is 14 at the time, because this card says invest and able to gain. It's nice to want to help at home, but in some cases it won't work. You got to invest and able to gain. So if he went outside to try to help his parents by going making money or some kind of way getting a job, this could be his card. If not his card, it goes with whoever this man is that one of the mothers was seeing. Okay, so we have right here that he was tarnished by a superior, and the superior would be the person who was the judge or whoever these people was, right? The next card is he got a nerve. Whoever the superior is was putting him on trial, putting George on trial, okay? Because whoever this is it you looking at George as their good fortune, or you the killer? Get what I'm saying? Okay? Because they was dealing with social club, and the social club is the courts or whatever they had back then. The courthouse or whatever they had, the room or whatever they had to service the courthouse, right? They was dealing with that billfold. Maybe they got money. The more executions they got, or they do, or what, I don't know. Okay, so let's just flow. Okay. So we had this man wanted the children's mother to be playful for an hour. Will she say yes or no to marriage to this man? Follow me? Because he would get ecstatic. Follow me? So we have somebody could have been a Gemini. One of the mothers, or whoever this man on the side is, that the mother was seeing at some kind of place, if not an inn or whatever kind of place, hotel or wherever she was at, or somebody she dumped that was a comrade. Okay, so we have right here that, let's see, let me see what the next one is. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see what this one is so I can know what George. So we have so we could have George got ecstatic because some kind of way. Because this is a money card. So somebody pulling on the arm, where's your money, or whatever they want to know about you, right? So let's just see the next card. It's easy to leave things to others and just escape. You hook yourself on and ran from your problems. So somebody thought something was laughable but needed to do things in decency. Okay, so we have number 7. Yeah, one of the mothers who was cheating. This man wanted to be hooked onto her, or she had the man hooked onto her. Who was the prince in her life? Follow me? He felt like he was sinking, and he wanted to press forward. He was going to be a change shifter, and he pinpointed a problem. There she getting the rating for myself. The brass love 1 healer to row 9. Maybe getting married some kind of way, or was with somebody or whatever, but she had an ex of hers. Okay, so we have right here built the future. So what will you do to get that job, to build your future? Create your miracle wisely. Okay, God gonna test you. So maybe George was going to try to see if he could find a job some kind of way. And he was going to get ecstatic if he got one or anything like that. And maybe somebody gave him a job, or whoever gave him a job is the person who set him up or anything like that. Let me just flow a little bit. So we have right here, he's going to be strong, rough, tough, handsome, and know when to make the right moves. Okay. If it hurts, he's going to voice it. So let's see the next card is. Where did he get that behavior at, thinking it's love? Okay, so we have, or this person. Okay, he had to be sure before he drive there. So he didn't drive anywhere himself. So some kind of way, I wonder if somebody told him about a job, drove him to a job, told him about a job, or anything about a job, or we just got this man who wanted to be sure with a female before he drive to her house or something like that. One of these mothers though. Okay, let's just see. Got number 10. So transportation was needed for training, orientation, a job, anything that transportation would need to make things better. Let me see. There's love. Let's see if we can. Boy, he said creating a miracle. Mike was trying to go get a job, trying to get a job. Maybe he's trying to get a job. Maybe somebody asked him, did he want some money? He want to make some money or anything like that. Hooked himself onto a job somebody might have told him about. Somebody thought it was laughable, need to do things in decency. Let's just see. I mainly see it, one of these mothers was doing some cheating. Had an ex that pretty much didn't want to be an ex. Universe, you know all about it. Okay, I need I need a little bit more. Hopefully I can end it. Let's see, universe, you know all about it. Somebody moved fast on it, and they moved fast on it and murdered him. Okay, because we hear right here that somebody was going to have some fun, but somebody need to stop lying to themselves, or they was telling him stop lying, anything like that. So we got lied 2 times, they back to back. Okay, he is feeling protected, but it was a book of lies, because he is at some nearby place, whatever place it was. He had to get away from what was, cut the cord on anybody that's ungodly. Okay, let's just see. What is this? Number 4. So we have right here, if you love gold was yours, so some kind of way, he had to cut the ties with the ex. So is this his card? My ex, ain't no ex. Okay, so if he loved gold, is his goal. Somebody might have told him about making some money, or this will go with one of the mothers. She loved money, but she need to cut the ties on on some man she was seeing, her ex. She is going to be considered of her partner. She not selfish because she want a whole man, because whoever her husband or her guy she had was either gay, not working, or cheating, or she was just cheating, one or the other. She needed to just leave. It was a big world out there. She didn't have to cheat on whoever she had. So we have right here that I'm meant for greatness. This would be George. He was meant for greatness. Why did he allow himself to be molded? Because he was molded by these people. Because they tried to mold him. Or maybe he was trying not to be molded. As far as being in that room, they was trying to make him say that he did something that he didn't. They was trying to mold him into what he wasn't. Something like that. So a number was given out, a phone number. Anyway, so we have this mother was vibrant, and this man, whoever she is connected to, wanted her to stay with him. Okay, so George was going to accept any money given to him, some kind of way, or she was going to accept, this mother was going to accept any money given to her because she was gorgeous, the man told her. Okay, I gotta get up and turn the heat on. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. So we have this man who was the ex, thought that one of the mothers was vibrant, wanted her to stay with him. He wanted her number or anything like that, or he gave her his number or anything like that. So we have that he felt she was gorgeous, and she was going to accept any money given to her. So if we dealing with George some kind of way, somebody he ran across, offered him some money as far as doing a job or something like that. Okay? So, let's just see. What we trying to... Because it said that 2 little girls was killed. How they was killed, I just don't know. Unless I just look and see. How was they killed? Well, I think I'm going to stop to find out, because... Let me just find out. Okay, let's just see. Just bear with me. Let me just look and see how were they murdered. So we have the little girl, George Stinney. George Stinney. No. Okay, let's see. It's saying right now that he pronounced innocent 70 years after his death. A white jury deliberated 10 minutes and they came back with murder. Okay, let's see. Let me see, am I saying it right? You see how unjust things was back then. They take 10 minutes to decide on somebody. Your mind was already made out. You ain't even need to go to a jury. Because you already had your mind made up already. That was a waste of time. Yeah. So, let's see. Seven-year-old and 11-year-old, I think, right? They're riding their bikes looking for flowers, the babies, the children. They say wrongful execution. My storyline saying it right here before I even just looked this up. My storyline saying it. This woman had, one of these mothers had a man on the side. Some ex. Wrongful execution. It lines up with the storyline. But you can't give his life back. You cannot be just killing people because you want to kill somebody. But back then, it was bad because back then you had a bunch of racism going on. And white people just seem to think that black people's lives is not important for some reason. I don't know what make them think that they decide whose life is the best. I don't know where they even got that stuff from. Personally, I just don't know where it came from. Last I checked, God made everybody equal. Everybody. There's nobody walking that's better than me. And I'm not better than nobody else. Get what I just said. No color. Okay, so let's just see. Let's finish this up because storyline saying he innocent, period. So that just backed it up. Me looking to see. That man, he sit there and he already knew. That's a shame though. If he not dead already, and he's still alive, whoever this man who's responsible, if he's still alive, God gonna give you your punishment spiritually. Now the law probably not gonna do nothing to you. Because one of them mothers need to open their mouth if they still alive. Because one of them knows she was cheating with you. And you couldn't have her back evidently, or whatever's going on, so you went after her kids. You mess with somebody's kids, I mean, that's a whole different story. That can hurt them to their heart. You wasn't just some random stranger who hopped in town or moseyed in town. You lived there. You was part of this lady's past or whoever you was. She was cheating with you. Getting money from you. Cheating with you. You know what that means. If you're still alive, you deserve to be punished in whatever ways God wants you punished. I don't care if you 99. You need to get that last year, you need to be in jail. Get what I just said. Because you'll never be able to pay for Mr. Look at this card. Look at this card. You was keeping your ears closed. But you're going to admit, yeah, I did it. You're right, I did it. Well, you really should have been admitted that you did it, though. Somebody asks you right now, you might say, yeah, you did it because your life is over. Your life is at the end now. You know, but you got a year left. If you're 99, you got a year yet. You got a year left to fill detention time, like this card says. Oh yeah, you got one more. If you're 99 or whatever your age is, you got one more year or how many more years? Okay, here it is right here. For a warrant to come for you to go to jail. Because you sit there and you looked at black people like you looked at black people, and then this was a child. You ain't mind doing whatever to a child because you didn't like, you're stalking a mother over here. Stalking had to end though. You felt you was going to do something to hurt her. She wasn't leaving who she had. She dropped you or whatever the heck she did. You wanted her to act now so we can survive. But she didn't. Why? She let you dictate. I don't know. She need to be unavailable, but she let you dictate. Okay? Where you made it where what? She was missing her kids. Or you was the father of her kids. However it is. I don't know if you're a common-law husband or whoever you was. You was somebody to one of these women, one of these mothers, and she know it. She know that she had man problems, and she let that child get executed when she know that she had a crazy, deranged man on her behind. Right here, look at this. She needed to appreciate that George had a mother that cared and loved him. But he didn't appreciate and care that she was a mother because he decided that he wanted to murder her kids. This man here. He's going to teach her a lesson. Okay, universe. I'm trying to end it. Let me see. Okay, it's almost on. What time is it? Okay, let's see. She wanted to make you an absolute memory. So you decided to make her kids an absolute memory. You're going to be feeling detention time, hopefully, because George certainly did. So we have right here that we're a couple for more than just sex, right? So you wanted romance with her. You had some kind of sexual issue, or she did, blisters or whatever was going on with you and her. You was animalistic, controlling, dominating, fighting. Her budget plummeted some kind of way, or yours did. Okay? You chose and you chanced it, and she chose and chanced it with you to be with you. Because she is entwined in gossip with you, or you was by yourself. Okay, we got right here that George, I guess, was hope-struck. How much would he go to grow? So maybe he was walking around trying to find a job, you know, to help at home, to go out and help his parents. Get what I just said, right? But it was a war zone for George, right? Because somebody had a relapse, whoever you are, right? Because George wound up running into the cops out there, pickpocket, patting him down. The blue-eyed brother, cops, right? Or you, whoever you are, a leader, whoever you are, okay? You wanted this lady to get in her emotions with you, one of these mothers, whoever the mother is. You want her to bend forward on things, right? But George was like a caterpillar. He was, okay? You was going to complain when you had this lady. Or she is going to complain when she had you. Or she was complaining about you because she is seeing you on the side. Okay? You wanted her to be calm. Or she needed to stay calm because you was giving up money to her. She wanted money from you, or you was giving her money. Because she is trying to get along with you. Or George was just trying to get along, period. Some kind of way with you people. Because she was seeking help because she was raped. Or we can take this to the kids. The mother was going to seek help for the rape of her kids, or you, whoever you are, right? She is trying to get along with you, the mother. George was trying to get along. And if he got some kind of job out there and he was hope struck, he got stolen from. He didn't get his money, anything like that. He was a caterpillar out there though. Because whoever you are, you saw him playing with the kids or telling the kids what the flowers was or whatever it was, and you took advantage, and then you used him to be your scapegoat. Yeah, let me use him. And that's what you did, mister. So if you 99 and you got one more year left, you got one more year that you can put right in that jailhouse. It's not going to add up to George's life, but at least you can have some kind of time there, what you deserve. Okay, so we have right here that okay, ask yourself why. Why did you even stick with it so long, forcing yourself to cope with the hurt of you got a child murdered, right? You might like orange. George might have liked orange or oranges. You was wondering, will this lady ever love you? So he had nothing to do with your love affair, mister. Okay, you was going to go get him or her. So you was going to go get her children on whatever day, right? You was going to go for the lady, but then you was going to go for the kids because, let's say, a time was checked, was mentioned. I guess for you to see her or whatever it is, right? So you rose to the occasion to beat her at her own game, and what you did was murder her kids. Okay, you was anxious some kind of way, thoughts spinning in your mind. Okay. So you was going to go full force to grow your business. So some kind of way, you had some kind of business going on. So you somebody who got a business. You might have asked George that he want to work for you or anything as far as even if it was like putting the trash out, whether it was small. Okay, let's just flow. It's unusual. You was dealing with a spectrum. George was, or the female was, the mother of one of these kids. You wanted her to act now so we can survive. So you was hooking notes about all of the mother's so-called friends. Or the law was hooking notes as far as all of the kids' friends. Or the law gonna be hooking notes about you. You felt she was toying with you and she walked away from you because she dropped you, I guess, some kind of way. Taking your money though. So we have right here that you weren't going to allow the neglect of yourself anymore. We got number 12, number 3, number 21. I don't know how old you was at the time, right? So when was you going to, what is this? When was you going to tell me? I wouldn't have known this about you. So some kind of way you told her something, or she told you something and you didn't know. Maybe you didn't know she was married, or she told you something, whatever it was. I just don't know what she told you. Okay? You want her to call you soon. You're thinking about her. She was in your dreams. You wanted to sit down somewhere and to sit down and eat with her and talk about things. So it says, yes, you're on your path. So now it is vital to get on your path. So, yes, you're on your path. So I don't know if you're not alive, because for you to be on your path, you need to be in jail or not alive for you, because you murdered those babies. So that's just rough. Well, back then you wanted to get on your path and you thought your path was to be with this lady. Okay, you wanted positive, yeah. Back then you wanted to marry this lady. Positive vibes, get married, stamp your name on her because you picked the one. Follow me? But you had 2 careers, whoever you are. Or she had a husband already because this lady was cheating. Some kind of way she had a children's father and you, or whatever was going on here. Or you just wanted her to pick you over whoever she had. Okay, so we have right here, it was like a jigsaw puzzle, life itself. But the stalking had to end. You were stalking, complaining, coming after, or whatever, because some kind of way she is promiscuous. You wanted her to be that way, or she was. But she was taking money from you. So we have right here, no weapon formed against me. So this would be George. No weapon formed against me. So some kind of way he said a prayer. It's obvious that he was going to be scared of nothing at that point, because there's nothing he could do. So she was dealing with her common law. And that would be that she created a monster with. So whoever you are a monster. She created a monster with you, somebody she been seeing, however long it's been. Or we got George dealing with the common law, and that would be the cops. Somebody he done seen all his life some kind of way. And then we got the cops right in back of this card, you hear me say, but they was a monster to him, follow me? And here we got the cop card in back of it. He wasn't going to be scared of nothing. He created a monster in the cops because they felt he murdered these children, and is rangers, that mean cops. So I can turn it around and say that you was a common law to this lady, somebody who was hanging on some kind of way. And you were some kind of leader, whoever you were. She need to be unavailable to you. One of these mothers. Why did she let her ex dictate whoever you are? So something was unfair. Unjust, God says, at the courthouse. And that would be as far as George. You needed to make arrangements to get him out of that camp, get him out of that courthouse, but neither one of you did. So she thought something was unfair because her children was murdered. These mothers, right? But she wanted the rangers and who else to be the monsters and make arrangements to end his life and get him out of this world, take him out of this world. So she got her keys to serve her, or you did, to go to the courthouse or whatever, or just to meet her, because you wanted to butter her up and give her money some kind of way, because you was giving her money. Spelling it will only help you because you're a conscious thinker. Okay. So we have George was filling his spirit with a clear vision, talking to God. So we have right here that you was marveling at candlelight love with this lady, just being with this woman. So we have with this one, it would take a miracle to make you a felon, because you somebody who a leader or whoever you are that nobody knows that you are, that you're capable of this, or they wasn't going to go up against a black man. I mean, they wasn't going to defend a black man or boy over a white person if you was guilty or not. So success come in many colors. And what's the sense? Smelling success. So you wanted to smell success, and success is find out and put out there and make something happen for her to execute her children's killer. You want to be the hero, seem like here. You want to be the hero, the smell of success. Going to be successful. Okay, but it says right here that she needed to see it with full eyes. And all of these people back then needed to see it with full eyes. But George himself saw it with full eyes. Whatever it was to see. But you felt like this mother disrespected you. But you all disrespected George back then when you took his life away. Because he was a child. Okay, we have, it was neutral as far as jobs. You went in head first. And all these people that was involved in this went in head first. Like a sailor, and didn't even think twice. Just because he was black, you looked at him as guilty. Just because he was black. Right? No loafing around, stalling, or delaying. You jump right on it because the jury came out in 10 minutes. Okay? It was tension afloat in that town. And you know what that means. People running around with brooms or whatever the heck they might have been doing back then during that time period. Okay? I don't like racism. I hate it. So, you know, you want to hear whatever passion come out of my mouth. Because I don't like it. And I definitely don't like people thinking that they better than anybody. Because you're not better than nobody. Nobody is. Oh, everybody is the same. Last I checked, you got 2 hands like me. Two eyes like me. 2 feet like me. Okay, let's just see. Somebody eat a certain kind of way. Maybe this man, whoever he is, or he's going to talk to the lady about eating a certain kind of way. Or maybe George ate a certain kind of way. But that's his flaw. Okay, so we have, let me see. Wait a minute, I got another comment. What time it is? Okay. So we have, what is this? These are so light. Give me a reason why I should take you back. I'm fighting my feelings, but I want to let them rise. So we have some kind of way you want to make up with this lady, whoever you're connected with. She wasn't taking you back. She is letting you go, and you wanted this woman back. She wanted to give me a reason why I should take you back. She's fighting her feelings. Or you was fighting your feelings, but you was going to let your feelings rise, because I see 21 2 times, so you could have been 21. I just don't know what your age was. Or you could have been 42 or whatever this is. I keep saying I saw this 2 times, the same number. Number 3, number 12. So we have, I don't know what your age was. So we have, looking at the structure of it. So we have right here that it was a warrant, but it really, during that time, I guess, I don't know, warrant was out, but anyway, they went and hauled in George to take him to jail. But if you're alive this day and age right now, they need to haul you in. And the way for them to haul you in is to have one of them children's mother still be alive, because she know who you are, who she was hooking up with and hanging with and having on the side, or what was going on with this lady. She know who you are, and she need to turn you in. It's time. Because she was a sorry excuse too for a mother. Because you allowed, after you found out after a while, I feel she found out after a while, who did this to her children. I mean to her child, whichever one of these ladies. George was isolated for a coping mechanism. He was sitting in that room. They might have had him in there by his little self, or whatever was going on. Or you got isolated. Or one of these mothers got isolated. Okay, so we have right here missing the kids. So some kind of way, one of these mothers might have started missing their kids. Or maybe one of these kids belong to you. I don't know, mister. Let's just see. Okay, you wanted her to doll up for a date. Or she was going to go doll up for a date and go to court, or you wanted her to doll up for a date and go out with you because you felt like she belonged to you, whoever this mother is, who you're giving money to, loving her in secret. That she said she wasn't a slut, but she was seeing you on the side, so you giving her money, so she felt, it seemed like she was to you somewhat, because you was giving her money. So vaccine, blood drawn, or IV, but I don't know if all that was out during that time, so let's just flow. If she is searching for love, she needed to get it from herself, or if you was. Okay, so are you ashamed of me? You're wondering if she is ashamed of you because she wasn't having you out in the open. You wanted her to come back to your heart, and you missed her. So she chopped you off some kind of way as far as not wanting to be bothered with you anymore. Okay, you was copping, and she is downing you. So if I'm not going to push drugs out, because this was 1944, so I'm going to put it where you is begging or trying to get her to come your way or whatever, but she is saying no. I'm gonna say, right, if it wasn't real drugs. So you was around some place with some doors that was glass, windows that was glass, anything that was considered simple, maybe with her, and that might have been a hotel or anything like that, and that's where you might have spent your time with her. Let's see. Or the court, whatever court you had during that time period. So we have help was a minute away. Dealing with something cognizable. Help was a minute away. During that time period, nobody wanted to hear any help. Nobody wanted to see anything but what they saw. They wanted to see that he was guilty. You could have put the person right in front of their eyes, and they pretty much didn't want to hear it. They wouldn't care about it. You put the person right in front of them, they don't care. As long as that person was a white person, they don't care. If it was another black person, they might would have threw that person in the place of our little George. Get what I'm saying? If it was a grown black man, but if it was any color white person, they wouldn't have took no chances. No, they're gonna keep him there. They ain't care anything about him as a child at all. By them being racist on top of it, made it even worse. You still alive. You need to pay for this crime. So the law have to do something as far as the little girls in you. But I'm talking about the life of George. That's who I'm talking about. Because you caused this triangle, this stuff to happen. To go in these circles like this. You did it. Because after a while, I feel the mother found out and knew who it was, and they still stuck with the story. Why? Because everybody was racist. So if you're racist, you're just going to let somebody just get away with something because you're racist. Because you feel like, no, I can't go against another white person even though he's guilty of sin. That's not right. That's not fair. So let me just take 10 cards and end this. Okay, 10 cards and end this. Thank you, Lord, for the life of George Stinney, universal child that was murdered by these heathens, by these monsters. Okay, so let's just see. 10 cards, universe. Let me take 10 cards and I'm going to end it. End this. Somebody could have been a Gemini. Well, that's the second time I saw that Gemini card. Somebody could have been a Gemini or just two-faced. Somebody who might have had just two personalities. Half good, half bad, or whatever's going on with this person. And I think I'm going to put 20 down instead of 10. How about that? Universe and all about it. Let me like 20 on them at least. Let me get 20 at least. Yeah, I'm going to stop. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for the life of George Stinney, universe, a young boy who didn't get a chance to really live, snatched away from racist cowards. Okay, here we go. Racist cowards. Okay, let's see. Cowards. Okay, let's just see. Okay, universe, you know all about it. Okay. Whoa, that's too many. I wish that, I don't know if his mother alive or anybody in his family alive where they can take out a lawsuit and sue. I mean, it's not going to bring George back, but maybe people will learn how to not be doing things like that. Universe, you know all about it. Okay, let's see. Okay, is this... Okay. Whoa. One more. 20. Okay, that's it. That's a wrap. Okay, this first card right here says that somebody was good and hot with George. Okay, walking up and down the street, or good and hot with one of the mothers, right? Because whoever this person is was like a Gemini, act like it, half good, half bad, upset, right? Who is dwelling on one of the mothers, unless they got the same mother, I just don't know, right? The kids. So we have right here that person was sitting thinking about something at the table, just sitting down first, or something got decided at the table when they decided to take George's life, right? Okay, it was a bunch of old birds because all of them was older than him. He is going to be himself, right? So we have right here caution. George had to build a path, but whoever this is felt he had to build a path, or you might be somebody who did construction. I don't know. Okay, there's Jack and George up some kind of way, trying to make him say what they wanted him to say. Or this lady, this mother was jacking this man up for money. But she needed to learn to love her own self, right? So we have, what is this? She needed to get out while she could, because this man was not going to love her like she wanted to be loved. So it was rallying and fussing about the situation. So it was a loss of a loved one. Letting go was very hard of the kids. But George's mother, it was hard for George's mother and parents to let go too, because their child was murdered. Okay? I hear assassinated, right? So we have that somebody was taking some kind of drug, whatever kind of drug, political, racist, upscale area, whatever this is, right? Knowing that anything that is rushed was not worth taking. Somebody wanted somebody to collaborate. So we have that this man wanted this lady to get married to him or anything like that, rushing her, right, to marry him, getting a job with him, or he wanted, they just pushed things fast to execute George. Get what I'm saying? That was rushed. Okay? They felt like things wasn't right, and they wanted to make things right, and they was going to get happy because they felt like George was a burden and they was going to make things right, and they rushed into it. But God said anything rushed is not worth taking. Don't do it. So Don't Try Me is where they decided that they was just going to do what they was going to do. They didn't want to hear nothing he had to say. They had no more time for lack, right? They didn't value others, and that was George, right? They didn't value George. But it was wake-up time, God says, for these people, these racists, right? We got number 1 on here and number 3. Somebody could have been 31, 13. Okay, they need to take baby steps in their thinking, but they didn't, because George was dealing with a serpent, right? But this lady was dealing with a serpent, the one that she decided she wanted to push to the side, who she didn't want anymore. And he was a serpent. He was like a snake. He swithered and wiggled around and all and got to those kids. So these people wanted George to cover the emotion. So what? They didn't care that he was a child or anything. They didn't care. A giver, you know what, right? But this man didn't care about her emotions. Once he got mad enough with this mother, he wanted her to just cover those emotions. But she didn't know at the time that he murdered her kids. But eventually I feel this lady found out. George was a blessing, but they don't even like me. And that would be all of those racist white people, right? Stop loafing around and change house. He wanted to stop loafing around and change house, but he couldn't get out. Get what I'm saying? So they was going to get splashes of joy because their eyes was telling them the truth. And what was their eyes telling them the truth as far as him being murdered? As far as they was concerned, most of them people, their eyes told them the truth. Well, people say that he murdered the kids, so he must have did it. So that mean their eyes telling them the truth. Whoever eyes told the truth, and they went off of somebody's eyes. Whoever said it, they went off that person's eyes, not their own eyesight seeing him do anything. They just went off of, oh, I seen him near the little girls, or whatever they said, so they just went off of that. If they do things like that this day and age, a lot of people should be in trouble. Or because you standing down the street and something happened to somebody up the street, and somebody sit and say you responsible. That wouldn't work in this day and age because there's too many people this way and that way. So they felt their eyes was telling them the truth that he is the killer. Get my drift? But their eyes lied. Get what I'm saying? He was lying to themselves because they judged him strictly on he was black. Follow me? Alright, this is the Brass Love 1. This is a storyline reading for March. This is for the murder of George Stinney, 14-year-old young child who was murdered back then in 1944 by scum, by racists. Get what I just said, right? But if you still alive, the one who responsible, with whatever years you got left, you need to be in a jailhouse. But God going to deal with you spiritually. If the law don't get you, God is going to get you spiritually. Okay? That's the Brass Love 1.